This is Overtime with Terrence and Leon.
Coach, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, thank you for taking the time to be with us today. We want to talk a little bit about your team and the season in review, how that went, some of the players that stood out. We'll do a little bit about talking about your seniors and, the legacy they'll leave for the program. And then we'll talk a little bit about sectional play, which is probably the most exciting part right now, being this part of the season. So, Coach, if you would, tell us about your team this year and how they have developed and grown over the course of the season.
Yeah. Well, obviously we lost 8 seniors from last year, 5 of which were big-time rotation guys. We lost Henry Wanstroth, who's our leading scorer and rebounder. We lost a lot of leadership. But we had 3 guys back that played, that lettered last year that got to play quite a bit. It was kind of a learning experience. So we got a kid named Matthew Belt who moved in from Cincinnati Christian School. And so we kind of had to meld him. And then we had a kid who played as a freshman, didn't play last year, sophomore, but came back, Connor Holder. And then, you had like a guy like Ray Waukee who played JV. And then Justin Dietz who played JV. And they all kind of came from different feeder schools. So it was kind of like melding all these 8, 9 guys together to try to, figure out how to play together, how to just have some chemistry. So we played a lot of games over the summer. And then once we kind of got into the season, I think the guys that, were with us understood what it was going to take to, run a whole varsity schedule. We got off to a good start. And then Justin Dietz, he got hurt game 5, I think, Rising Sun. So once he went down, he's kind of our physical presence inside and defensively. We were kind of in a good little groove, and then he got hurt, and then we had to mix some things up. We had some guys sick throughout the middle of the year. But, throughout the season, we always talk about playing, our best in March. And for the most part, there's been a couple hiccups, but they finally started to really understand, what they need to do defensively. And I think we as coaches have started to figure out where to kind of place them. To me, we had the same group for like 2 years, basically, where we knew like this guy could guard this guy could guard this guy. And we've kind of been switching some things around. And Justin Dietz is back now, which helps defensively for us. And we can I think we've kind of done a better job of figuring out who can guard what. And I think that's helped us last few games here. Yeah, just defensively.
Well, Coach, a lot of coaches want to use the buzzword or buzz phrase about the team's identity. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about how they grew into their identity and just explain to us what their identity would be right now heading to the postseason as a team?
We always talked about, when I was at Greenwood with Coach Bradburn, we talked about being tougher longer than the other team. That's kind of been our mentality since we got here. Last year we were tougher longer in most games. And then this year we wanted to try to play a little faster. We thought we could. And then obviously with injuries and things, we couldn't play as fast as we wanted to. So we kind of had to not slow down, but we had to be a little more patient than what we thought we might need to be. And we kept talking about we got to be tougher longer, especially on the defensive end. Yeah. And they started to buy into that. And like I said, we tried to meld some new guys into the fold. And I think finally they've started to understand, like, I don't have to make a 5-point play. Like, I can just stay in front and guard, and we can shut people down. And that Rushville game, they're a tough team. They're physical. They're well coached, obviously. But we got to a lead. They tried to come back, and we didn't let them take it. And that's kind of toughness that we need to have moving forward. And I think outside of the South Decatur game the last month or so, they've really taken on the tougher longer mantra where they're finishing out games. They're being tough on defense and, just trying to finish games strong.
Coach, what would you say is something you've seen this season that leads you to trust that in the postseason, this team is obviously you're starting all over. Everybody's starting from zero. But what are the few things that make you think, okay, I think we can make a little bit of a run?
I mean, just defensively. I think, I mean, if you go watch, like, we'll watch, you can check on Huddle to see how much the guys watch film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had a team to watch this much film. I mean, some of those guys are averaging like 4 hours. It's insane. Maybe some of it was during class when they shouldn't be, but they really do. They've done a better job of being. At the beginning of the year, we talked about some guys were being selfish on defense, not helping over, or they would get beat and they would try to reach behind. And they've really done a good job of starting to play team defense. And we really did a good job, I think, against Rushville, playing team defense, keeping guys out of the paint. And that's kind of, I think, just our defensive identity has started to change a little bit. Obviously, once you get into sectional play, everybody knows everybody's sets, everybody knows everybody's personnel. So I think our guys' ability to kind of recognize that and blow some of that stuff up will help. We've done a much better job managing, and we focus on a lot more in practice, but just managing into quarter situations. We've done a better job of that. We've done a better job of taking care of the ball at the end of games too. Waldron, when we played them, we got up to about a double-digit lead, probably going in halfway through the third, and they just started scrambling and just sending guys all over. And our guys did a really good job of just handling it, getting to their spots, moving the ball, looking for open layups. So I think they've really started to gel as a group, like just finishing games, which has been big, and it's kind of helped us.
Yeah, I think, in the postseason, February and March, it feels like sometimes that every shot has a lot of weight to it. What can you lean on with your team that would tell you that those guys will be okay through that type of adversity?
Well, I mean, we've had multiple games where, like the first time we played Jacksonville, we got up. We got up two. Jacksonville went down with about 50 seconds. Screeship shot a three, and we apparently fouled, and so they had to shoot 3 free throws.
Right.
So they go, hit 3 free throws. We come right back down, no panic, just run our stuff, get to the basket, get fouled, shoot free throws. We go down, get a stop, get a rebound, miss 2 free throws, go down, have to get another stop, miss 2 more free throws, have to go down and get another stop. So I mean, they've done a really good job of just kind of being under control in those situations. Even against Rushville, they kind of made a little comeback at the end. It was like a 1-point game, and we get stops, and they've just done a good job of controlling the end of the game a lot better than what we were at the beginning of the year.
Bruins Guts Willer is the right choice for your next construction project. We strive to deliver unparalleled service to our clients by focusing on craftsmanship and quality. Our core values of integrity, professionalism, and fair pricing all but ensures our clients receive the best possible experience. Whether it's commercial construction, remodeling an existing space, or even building a luxurious home, we offer a comprehensive suite of construction management services. So before you break ground, give us a call at 812-934-2105. Bruins Guts Willer, building a better future for southeastern Indiana for over 100 years.
Leon, one of the things that I like most about working and living in Batesville, it's the community. Batesville has a little something for everyone, and FCN Bank is the exact same way. Whether it's my personal or business needs, FCN offered me an array of banking products and services that would fit my every banking need. Don't take my word for it. You should check it out yourself at www.fcnbank.com. FCN Bank, building stronger communities. Member FDIC.
Coach, let's transition a little bit to your seniors. What have they provided to your program beyond the wins and the stats. Just really as players, teammates, leaders, just people.
Yeah. So we got Adam Dennis. I remember when I first got the job here was Adam and Jack's freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember, I don't know if I've ever even told him this, but I was still traveling from Greenwood, and so my kids would come with me.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, I don't know, they must have taken my phone and they were taking pictures of the guys practicing over the summer. And I randomly found that on my phone a couple months ago. And I was looking, you could see Adam Dennis. I mean, he was there since day one. He's just been a good, loyal kid. He's been at everything. Even Sunday we had the sectional draw, and he works all the way in Perfect North, lives down kind of by Aurora, and he comes all the way over to Greensburg just to watch the draw with us. And he's a great teammate, good kid. When he gets in, he gives a lot of energy. He's undersized for a big, but he still pushes people around, and but he's just an overall good athlete. He's a great runner, great student, good kid. He serves at school mass. I know he serves at his own parish. He's just a good kid. And then Jack Freeland, he was a kid that decided to play last minute as a freshman, thanks to Connor and Chad Miles.
Yeah.
So I got to thank them for that one. But I mean, I've never seen anybody improve like he has. It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you would have told us that he would be one of our leading scorers as a senior, as his freshman year, I wouldn't have believed you. But he's just worked on it, and he's become such a complete player.
Yeah.
I mean, every year it was like he worked on something different. It's like he just tried to learn how to play basketball his freshman year. Sophomore year, he kind of turned into a shooter. Junior year, he learned how to play defense. And now this year, it's like even when the shot's not falling, he's taking it to the basket. He's being aggressive. He's being strong. He's a great example for our guys.
Yeah.
Just in practice, he's always working hard. He was sick on Friday and had one of his best games.
Yeah.
He fights through, and he's just a great kid.
Yeah. When you to continue about those seniors, what do you think people will most remember about them after they've left the program?
I mean, I think just their dedication. I mean, you can look at Adam and Jack. I mean, I don't know. Maybe when they were sick, they've missed, but I mean, they were always at everything. They're always just great teammates. And, it's one thing we've always had here at Oldenburg is the kids have always gotten along. They've always been great teammates to each other. We've really never had selfishness.
Yeah.
They've always done a good job. And I think that, started with Jacob Hoff my first year, and then Connor Miles and Jacob Cornelius and Calvin Grody, and then last year's seniors were the same way.
Yeah.
We had 8 seniors. 3 of them didn't really play a ton, but they didn't complain. They just they understood. They were great teammates, and I think that's passed down, which has been awesome.
When you look at those 2 seniors on a personal level, what have they meant to you as a coach?
They've meant a lot. They bought in since day one, kind of like the guys before them did. Both of them, we've gotten pretty close, to their parents and their families and things. Obviously, Jack's mom works here, so we interact quite a bit. But I mean, they've always given everything they have to us. They've always listened to us and bought in. You know how it is. I mean, when you got kids, especially those guys, you've seen them all 4 years, just seeing them mature the way they have, and being the athletic director and seeing them, following them in every sport that they play. It's pretty special to just see how, not just athletes, but how good of people they've turned into. Right?
So we're going to go forward a little bit to the sectional. You all matched up against Jacksonville on the first night. Tell us a little bit about what to expect from your team in sectional or even further in this postseason.
Obviously the record's not great, but I was on Coach's Corner last night and just saying, they're kind of the team that you can't pay attention to that. They have one of the tougher schedules. I think they might have the toughest schedule in sectional, maybe besides Hauser, maybe, but obviously Scott Smith, he's won a lot of sectionals, so he knows how to coach in March. But they're physical. They got the Gresham kid that can really score. I mean, anytime they need a bucket, he's tall, which we're not super tall. So sometimes those guys can pose a little bit of a problem. But I mean, they're just physical. They're going to throw a bunch of different zones out. They're going to, they're going to play physical. They're going to play hard. They're not going to just get down by a few points and then let you run right over them. They're going to change things up. They're going to scramble and gamble. They're going to attack the basket hard. They're going to be, we just got to make sure that we're ready for pretty much anything they're going to throw out at us, which I thought we did the first time we played them offensively. We were adjusted pretty well. It took us a little bit defensively. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they scored, 54 points or something like that. So, it was a 1 point game. I think our guys know that. They know it's not just going to be like they only have 4 wins. We're just going to walk in, So, we'll be ready. We just got to make sure we're physical. Justin Dietz didn't play last time. I think Ray Waukee was actually sick too last time we played him. Yeah. So 2 of our top bench guys were out. And Justin will help us defensively. But we just got to be ready for the Gresham kid. Yeah. Be ready to be physical with them. Yeah.
Well, Coach, that's about it. We're so glad we got to sit down and talk with you. And like I say always, I hope that we get to sit down again like this next week and talk about that next step. So I wish you guys the best to survive in advance, and just want to say thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
This has been an Overtime Media original production presented by Bronze Gutzwiller and FCN Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. We are profoundly grateful for the support of all of our sponsors, including Daisy's Doggy Daycare and H&R Block. Your continued support is key to our success. So until next time, be sure to like, rate, and subscribe. And as always, be a friend and tell a friend about Overtime Media.